Hey everyone, it's Mr. Gazillion here. Obviously, it's my channel, so who else could it possibly be? It's been a while since we've had one of these little channel updates. I actually don't know when's the last time I had one of these. It's probably been over a year. I feel like I haven't really been connecting with you guys as much as I usually do. Or I used to anyway. I think it's important for a channel to kind of engage with their viewers, and I have failed miserably at doing that, and I have to apologize for that. I have to say I'm really grateful to the viewers that I do have, and especially the people that comment. You guys keep me entertained. You guys prove that you watch my episodes. It makes me feel like my efforts into my videos aren't for nothing. Somebody is watching. I mean, views mean one thing, audience retention means something else. But when somebody takes the time to comment, it's like, yay, someone wants to talk to me. I have a friend, you know? And so it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna reply. That's why I usually like pretty quick with my replies, unless it's the weekend where I'm away from my computer, but usually I work from home. So you guys, you know who you are. I mean, I have my more common commenters, like all the V Gamers, the Redmen, the Votafus, the Elizabeth Blooms, the Young Ridias, Soda Bread, Lotus. You're a little bit more quiet, but you pop up every once in a while. I think you guys are pretty awesome, and you guys kind of keep me going. So thanks a lot for that. Yeah. So what are we going to talk about here? Well, there's a few things I want to bring up, but let's kind of like give some context to this. But let's be honest, and I'm not being self-deprecating here, but Let's Plays are kind of dead. They're not dead in the sense that they're going anywhere, and there's always going to be room for new Let's Players to come up on the scene because views are not really finite. There's always going to be new viewers, new gamers, people, you know, are born, people die, people come in and they're going to look for stuff and they're going to want to watch games, and it happens. But the Let's Play format isn't really as popular as it used to be. I don't even know if Let's Plays were ever that popular. There was just a lot fewer Let's Players, so views were more concentrated. In terms of JRPG channels like mine, well, I mean, I don't know if there's that many JRPG channels. I don't know many of them. I just know of other Let's Players that play JRPGs, and I like watching their series. But HC Bailey is probably one of the best JRPG Let's Players out there. And he's not really comparable to me because he does a ton of research on his games, and he does like full Let's Plays, and sometimes he'll actually go through all the various branches in the game. He explains the game mechanics to a T. The guy puts a crazy amount of work into his channel, and yet he only sits at something like, last I checked anyway, he was only sitting at something like 80,000 subscribers, which is peanuts compared to these huge channels that have, like, you know, in the hundreds of thousands and stuff like that. So the format that my channel has is not one that is that's going to lead to this big successful channel. But thankfully, I'm not really doing this for glory and for fame and for money. I'm doing it because I like it. Playing these games is something that I don't really have time to do in my free time. You know, if I'm gonna play a game that's 20 to 40 hours long, sometimes I feel like I could be more productive. So doing these kinds of games on the channel is a way for me to feel like I'm doing something. You know, it's pretty fun, and I've actually surpassed 500 videos now. So I'm over 500 videos with over 80,000 views. So I'm pretty proud of that. I'm kind of happy. When I started my channel, I didn't know how long it would last, how long I would stay into it, how long I would stay motivated, because I'm the type of guy who wants to do a lot of things. You know, I'm like, oh, I'd like to write, I would like to make a video game, I'm a programmer, I would love to develop a game, I would like to make, you know, maybe write some sort of screenplay or make some kind of little mini movie, or you know, I have all these things I want to do. I have stories I want to tell, but whenever I get into it, you know, something happens, I get distracted, and I don't end up finishing the project. In fact, last November, November is NaNoWriMo month, right? Like National Novel Writing Month, where people get together and they try and write a 50,000 word mini novel. And I'm like, you know what, this year I'm going to do it. And I kind of did. Well, I kind of tried. I got to about 8,000 words, and then life got in the way, and I kind of just stopped. So, I'm going to go get back to it eventually, but I didn't finish the 50,000 words in the month, which is kind of like the whole point. So that's usually how my projects usually go. But this channel has been this thing that's been ongoing for almost 2 years now, with a consistent video schedule that I rarely miss. I could probably count in one hand the amount of times I've actually missed a scheduled video. Usually I do my Monday to Friday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. A video is released every time. I have little hiccups where sometimes a video will be released faster than it's supposed to, or I've had hiccups where a video was supposed to go out, but I ended up not slotting it on the right day. So then I end up, putting it up. It's like, oh crap, I put in the wrong time, go back and I release it. So sometimes I'll have 2 releases in a day because the day before I made a mistake. So yeah, and I think a big part of the reason why I kept going with this channel is because I had an initial influx of subscribers, got to 100 subscribers pretty quickly, and you guys, the ones that I mentioned earlier, you guys have been commenting on my channel for a long time now, so you've been my consistent viewers, my fans, if you will, and that's helped me a lot, where I know I don't want you guys to be disappointed, so I need to stay on schedule. I treat my channel like I would treat a job. If I don't release my schedule, if I don't show up to work, I'll get fired. You guys will fire me. You will unsub and go to a better channel, and I don't want that to happen. So thanks for sticking around. I do it for you guys. That being said, that was a huge long tangent into Let's Plays being kind of dead. Sometimes I think about having different kinds of episodes on stuff. A lot of people do reviews, and a lot of people do like a quick look at a new game. I'm not super interested into doing that. I like going through stories. I play games for the stories. So that's not the type of thing that I'm super interested in. But I would like to do more of these vlogs, if you will, where I talk about the state of the channel, what I'm thinking of doing, or getting your opinions on things. I think that would be something that's kind of fun. And an idea that I've actually been, kicking around a little bit is doing a podcast. Podcasts with either other Let's Players, other people who enjoy JRPGs, or game developers. I think it'd be really cool to find indie game developers and try and get them on a, an interview, maybe half-hour segments. I don't know. I see a lot of podcasts go on for an hour and a half. I don't know really what the format would be like, but it's something that I've been kind of like thinking about. I've been looking into how people record podcasts, the do's and don'ts a little bit. I have more research to do before I actually jump into this. But if you guys think that would be kind of interesting, let me know, because I would love to get your input on this. Like I said, I would probably attract new viewers if I did do this, but I'd also like, to get your input, as you are my current viewer base and your opinion actually matters to me. And speaking of opinions, I'd like to know what you guys think of the state of the channels currently. Is there something that I'm doing that is annoying you guys? Do you think I'm picking good games? What are good games? What are the games that make you watch the series versus the games that make you not watch the series? I think it was Vatafu. Vatafu, I'm sorry if I'm putting you on the spot here. It might not actually be you, but somebody at one point said like, hey, I haven't been commenting in a while. You just haven't been really playing games that interest me. And I was like, really? Like, what about the games that I'm playing now are not the type of games you want to see? Because I tend to pick smaller smaller teams JRPG, a lot of indie JRPGs, than the big guys, right? I don't play a lot of, you won't see me playing Final Fantasy 15. While I would like to play games like Persona 5, I don't really have the setup for it, so it's, usually I have games that are a little bit inexpensive on Steam, so stuff like Helen's Mysterious Castle, Citizens of Earth, what have I been playing? Undertale has been a very successful series. I have a lot of games in my backlog, like Celestian Tales, Orion, 8-Bit Adventures, Grandia, Tales of Symphonia. All of these games are games I like to play. Some of them are a little bit too long. I don't really want to play a game that's going to be 40 to 60 hours long, because that ends up translating to 80 to 120 episodes. And the viewer count on my videos drops significantly on games that are longer than 20 hours, so I kind of try and shy away from those. But I'd love to know what kind of games you all like watching, and the ones that you don't like me playing. Like, what's the difference? And if you guys don't like certain games, hey, maybe I'll avoid them in the future. I have to kind of say that there's a caveat to all of this. My channel, as much as I love you guys, isn't really a democracy, right? Like, I'm a bit of a tyrant, and I will end up doing what best fits my lifestyle a little bit. So if you're like, oh, we want you to play 60-hour-long games, I might not be able to accommodate that. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate the idea. Maybe your ideas will end up, really lining up with what I have in mind for the channel. But at the end of the day, even if there's a consensus in the comments that I should be doing X, say like you should play Minecraft. I never really liked Minecraft, so I'm not gonna play Minecraft, though. If that's the kind of thing you guys want to see, maybe, in the future a game comes out, something like Terraria, that has a clear, a game similar to Terraria that would have like a story mode. Maybe I would play those, try them out, and see what kind of results I get out of it. So that's why I like to have that kind of dialogue with you guys. So tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, and then maybe it'll actually influence my decision making in the future for games. And one of the reasons I'm asking is I have been playing a lot of RPG Maker games lately. There was, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to come up with the names at the top of my head. There is Helen's Mysterious Castle that I played through. Lisa's one of them. There was Echoes of Etheria. There was Amber Thrones, but those were a little bit longer ago, not so recent. But I don't want to become an RPG Maker channel, because you got to really dig for good RPG Maker games, and there's a lot of just shovelware out there that came out, so it's hard to pick the good ones. And I would hate to start on a RPG Maker game only to find out that the quality drops significantly through the second half of the game or something, and then I'm stuck playing through the game even though it really sucks. I do pride myself in finishing all my series. I think the only series I've ever finished so far was a demo. What was the Y2K, a postmodern RPG? They had a demo, which is kind of like more than just a demo, because it's kind of like a prequel to the main game. It's just kind of like, hey, this is a setup to the world, try out the game mechanics. But I had to quit that series because the game kept crashing all the time. I couldn't record through the game, and because it was a demo, they had turned off saves, so I couldn't save in the demo. So every time the game crashed, I would have to restart the full demo from the beginning, and it was extremely frustrating. So after a few attempts at recording the last episode, I had to cancel it. So we'll probably revisit that franchise or that series once the full game comes out. So anyway, I don't really have any much more to say. Let me know what you think again. Thanks for sticking around on the channel. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for listening to this little, I don't know what I want to call this. I guess this is a vlog. So thanks for listening to this little vlog. And I'll see you all in the next episode of whatever game I'm playing now. So Helen's Mysterious Castle or Citizens of Earth. I'm not really sure what's going to live today, but it's scheduled in there. So I'll see you all then. Goodbye.